Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stutis series. Today's shloka number 28 of Kunti's prayers from chapter 8, canto number 1. Manye tvam kalameshanam
Manye tvam kalameshanam
anadinidhanam vibhum
anadinidhanam vibhum
samam charantam sarvatra
samam charantam sarvatra
bhutanam yanmithah kalihi.
bhutanam yanmitha kalihi.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Manye,
Manye,
I consider,
I consider Tvam,
your Lordship,
your Lordship,
Kalam,
Kalam,
the eternal time,
the eternal time,
Ishanam,
Ishanam,
the Supreme Lord,
Supreme Lord,
Anadi Nidhanam,
Anadinidhanam,
without beginning and end,
without beginning and end,
Vibhum,
Vibhum,
all pervading,
all pervading,
Samam,
Samam,
equally merciful,
equally merciful,
Charantam,
Charantam,
distributing,
distributing,
Sarvatra,
Sarvatra,
everywhere,
everywhere,
Bhutanam,
Bhutanam,
of the living beings,
of the living beings,
Yat Mithaha,
Yat Mitha,
by intercourse,
by intercourse,
Kalihi,
Kalihi,
dissension.
dissension.
Translation. My Lord,
My Lord,
I consider your Lordship
I consider your Lordship
to be eternal time,
to be eternal time,
the Supreme Controller,
Supreme Controller,
without beginning and end,
without beginning and end,
the all-pervasive one.
the all-pervasive one.
In distributing your mercy,
In distributing your mercy,
you are equal to everyone.
you are equal to everyone.
The dissensions between living beings
The dissensions between living beings
are due to social intercourse.
are due to social intercourse.
So Prabhupada writes in the purport here, Kunti Devi knew that Krishna was neither her nephew nor an ordinary family member of her paternal house. She knew perfectly well that Krishna is the primeval Lord who lives in everyone's heart as the Supersoul Paramatma. Another name of the Paramatma feature of the Lord is Kala, or eternal time. Eternal time is the witness of all our actions, good and bad, and thus resultant reactions are destined by Him. It is no use saying that we do not know why and for what we are suffering. We may forget the misdeed for which we may suffer at this present moment. But we must remember that Paramatma is our constant companion and therefore He knows everything, past, present, and future. And because the Paramatma feature of Lord Krishna destines all actions and reactions, He is the supreme controller also. Without His sanction, not a blade of grass can move. The living beings are given as much freedom as they deserve, and misuse of that freedom is the cause of suffering. The devotees of the Lord do not misuse their freedom, and therefore they are the good sons of the Lord. Others who misuse freedom are put into miseries destined by the eternal Kala. The Kala offers the conditioned souls both happiness and miseries. It is all predestined by eternal time. As we have miseries uncalled for, so we may have happiness also without being asked, for they are all predestined by Kala. No one is therefore either an enemy or friend of the Lord. Everyone is suffering and enjoying the result of his own destiny. This destiny is made by the living beings in the course of social intercourse. Everyone here wants to lord it over the material nature, and thus everyone creates his own destiny under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada is saying, your destiny you are creating, but that also has to be supervised by the Supreme Lord. You know? So you don't have that much freedom that you can decide your own destiny independently of the Supreme Lord. So that is why there is a saying, no, not a blade of grass can move without the sanction of the Supreme Lord. So even your destiny has to be sanctioned by the Supreme Lord. He is all pervading and therefore he can see everyone's activities. And because the Lord has no beginning or end, he is known also as the eternal time, Kala. So I was reading the transcript of Prabhupada's lecture on this particular shloka in Los Angeles this morning. And Prabhupada says, God cannot be partial. It's like saying the sunshine is partial. The sunshine distributes its sunlight and heat to everybody who wants it. It doesn't say, no, this person is pious, this person is not pious, so I will treat them all differently. The sun is not partial. Therefore, it's not possible for the Lord to be partial. And because Prabhupada was in Los Angeles, in the US, their currency has the words, in God we trust. And yet at the same time, Prabhupada says we discriminate between who's friend and enemy. Well, if you trust in the Lord, then you should have faith in all human beings. This doesn't mean you are blinded to their faults and come under their control. Not like that. But we shouldn't unnecessarily discriminate and say this is our friend, this is our enemy, like that. That doesn't mean you should not protect yourself. So here, Dvesha, Prabhupada actually recites a shloka from the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the 29th shloka. There is a shloka that says, Name dveshyasti no priyata, yetu bhajanti mam bhaktyam. So Krishna is saying, I'm not a friend and I'm not an enemy to anybody. So definitely Krishna is not your enemy. So, but we can say, I have a friend, I have an enemy, but that's not how Krishna operates. So Prabhupada explains that when Krishna kills an Ashura, the Ashura may have behaved in an inimical fashion towards Krishna. But even through Krishna killing that Asura, Prabhupada explains that all of the people that Krishna killed, they automatically went to the Brahma Jyoti. So Krishna didn't say, no, you hated me, so I will send you to hell. No, Krishna didn't say that. So Krishna gave a promotion even to those who had inimical tendencies towards him. And Prabhupada says this is very, very difficult to understand unless you develop this Jnana Chakshu. How is it that somebody is inimical towards Krishna, the Supreme Lord, and he himself is promoting them to the Brahma Jyoti? That's because they came in contact with Krishna and they got purified. So you can come into contact with Krishna out of your own sense of love and desire to serve him. Or you can come into contact with Krishna by being inimical towards him. Of course, both have the same result in terms of liberation, but the kind of liberation is different. For the enemy, the liberation is merging into the Brahma Jyoti. For the devotee of the Lord, the liberation will be either Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan. And how do you develop this Jnana Chakshu? The more you dive deeper into the Shastra, the more you hear, because hearing is also purifying. The Prabhupada uses this analogy frequently. He says, if you are quite far away from the hill, you'll only see the hill and the clouds and the sky behind it. But as you approach closer and closer and closer to the hill, you will begin to see, oh, there are houses on this hill. You know, there are streams, there are trees, there are flowers, there are bushes on this hill. But if you're far away, you cannot spot any of these things. So the closer you get to the hill, the more details you're able to see. So the closer you get to Krishna through Jnana Chakshu, the more you will be able to understand the Supreme Lord. Right? So Prabhupada says it is up to us to understand Krishna as per our capacity. So each of our capacities will be different because we are all in different levels of consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So the more we develop our eyes, the mind's eyes, so to speak, to see Krishna, the more we will see him. And Prabhupada uses an interesting example, rather a comparison here, which I've not heard him do before. So I was surprised to see this. So Prabhupada says, the less intelligent see God inside themselves. The more advanced see the Lord both within and without. Now we know that the yogis see the Lord within themselves first. That's what they're meditating on. So that means the more advanced the devotees see everybody as belonging to Krishna. They are belonging to Krishna and everybody else also belongs to Krishna. But the yogic process means one has to control the senses and the mind. And that is quite difficult. It is not easy. Whereas for that person performing bhakti, devotional services, there is no need to separately try to control the senses and mind. Simply engage the senses in all kinds of Krishna conscious activities. Hearing, chanting, reading, doing seva, cleaning the kitchen, cleaning the temple, taking care of the Lord's property. All of this itself will help you get purified. You don't have to do anything else. And Prabhupada reminds us of this one statement, Jivere Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas. So if you remember this and then you act according to your understanding of this particular statement by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you will understand that Krishna is equal to all. There is no restriction. Samam Charantam is what Kunti Devi is saying. Samam Charantam. Samam means equally merciful. Charantam means distributed. Just like sunlight, the Lord is equally distributing His mercy. Prabhupada explains, if you don't want to see sunlight, you can lock yourself in a dark room. But that's not the sun's fault. It's your fault that you do not want to take advantage of the sun. So, and another beautiful example Prabhupada uses is that, before Columbus arrives in the United States was inhabited by what we call the American Indians or the Red Indians. And Prabhupada says, see, it took people with more advanced material thought process to come and develop the country, set up factories, houses, manufacturing hubs, etc. So it required a superior energy to develop these places. And he says, so why are some places like Africa and other places called underdeveloped or undeveloped? Because it doesn't have the touch of that superior energy. So it is that superior energy that facilitates growth and development. Therefore, we need to understand it's the superior energy that is acting all over this material universe. So the only thing we have to do, Prabhupada says, is we have to prepare ourselves to see Krishna and to understand Krishna. And Krishna, Kunti Maharani is saying here, he is time. In the spiritual world, there is no concept of past, present, and future. Prabhupada mentions that even in this material universe, the concept of past, present, and future is very different. For an ant, it is different. For you, it is different. From Brahmaji, it is different. In the sense, the way we understand time is very, very different depending on the Jivatma experiencing time. So here Kunti Maharani is again glorifying the Lord by saying, you are time itself. You control everything. Ishanam. You are without beginning and end. Anadi Nidhanam. Vibhum means, Vibhu and Anu. Vibhu means unlimitedly large. Anu means very small, tiny. Here Vibhum Prabhupada translates as the pervasive one. And therefore, Kunti Maharani is acknowledging that the Lord is not partial. His mercy is available to anybody who wants to take advantage of it.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.